Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
Talking about Mahabharata.
Sure. Only highest with you.
Any place, any words, all are rich. Any corner, any line you start. This is Baba Anandas.
Every word has a different meaning.
Different meaning and reaching to the same point in yourself. What you do to your father-in-law.
So the verse yesterday, we are reading 85, and this was the verse. O Suvrate, dedicated girl, will you increase my bliss by falsely and angrily quarreling with the Lord of your heart, being supported by your girlfriends who are expert in helping you in your loving tricks while you play the flower picking game. In this verse, Shri Raghunatha perceives Swamini's flower picking pastime. You are picking flowers with your crooked and Rasika girlfriends. This means that in Vraja, no one deals with Krishna in a simple or submissive way.
Wow! This is the point. And if he makes submissive way, means he is glorifying as a god, praying as a god. He has no love. He has never come to the relation form. So Braj Ras nahi enter. Braj Ras never enter to them. Because they know, behave like a crooked way. What he is, what he likes. Without Braja, without the mercy of Mother Jasoda, not coming. Without mercy of the friend, not coming. Without the Radhika, never come. Never come. That is the beauty of Braja. Go and see. All are glorifying. They don't know crooked way. They cannot dare to do that. He's a God. He's a Supreme Lord. You have to not misbehave. You have to respectful. You have to glorify Him. Here glorification is a different way. Not submissive way. So nice.
This is called Bhamya Bhav.
Bhamya. Bhamya means loving mood. Bhamya means left side. Bhama means left. Left wing person. loving person. Right wing and left wing. One is right wing, who always stay right. And one always stay left. That is the Brahman. You will see Radhika always stay left. Devotees always stay left with his Guru. Never stay right. Then he is a right wing. Means he wants to teach to Guru. Lalita is staying on the right wing, right side. He is controlling to Krishna. But Bamba means unconditional love. Like a Radhika, like a Vishakha, like a Champaklata, like a Raghunatha. They are Bamba Bhava. Like a Chitra, like a Lalita, they are right wing. You see that? And Rupa Goswami also right wing. He is a teacher. Sri Radhe. More soft. So what to do? I have to change my nature. If you check yourself, you know you are right wing or left wing. Then you will check yourself, you are in right wing. Now how to bring to left wing, that to practice is a sadhana. That is bhajan will help to bring left wing. See, understand? These words you cannot forget, listen and forget. You have to keep it practice. Bhame bhav. I am a Bhame bhav. Any talking, any circumstances, you have to deal with Bhame bhav. Somebody has natural this nature. Somebody has a right wing nature. You can watch. Like his nature is left wing nature. He must be one disciple control him. That is left wing nature. Soft. So I have to interfere to make him hard. You know, that's the point. So he don't know even trick anything. So I have to make some trick to make him free. You see? You see? He's so kind. This is the nature of left wing. This is my service, what to do. Gurudev said from head to feet to head, you have to take care. A to Z. I mean Z. If it's Z, this is also my service. What to do? A to Z.
That is Chatra?
Chatra. Charan to Chatra. You have to say.
Charan to Chatra.
So you watch, only I make the roofs. Chatra Seva. And you see any place, first I make the flooring and the roads. Many people is not want, I do. Because this is my service. I say, other thing you do, Charan and Chatra is my service gift to me. Material world and spiritual world, you have to do it.
Sadhaka deha and siddha deha.
That practice.
This is called Bhamya Bhav. And in this mood, the erotic sweetness of
Erotic sweetness. Sweetness is one, and erotic is more intense in a way of very closeness. Eroticness. When somebody is very close, no privacy in between, then eroticness. No botheration for any privacy. That's eroticness.
In this mood, the erotic sweetness of the Yugala Kishore becomes crystallized.
Without this crystallization, rasa is not there. Without erotic sweetness, rasa will never relish. Never relishment will come of rasa. So our mind not coming out from the material condition because erotic sweetness is no relish. Relish sweetness is no meaning. I feel sweetness in material world, so that not touch me. But when I involve in erotic sweetness, then this sweetness is becoming the desert. Is nothing. Is a Mrig Trishna, is an illusion. Then we see that is desert illusion. Running for nothing, but is nothing. Is again desert, is there, no water is there. Running for thirst to feel it, but no water.
Taste.
Right?
Yes.
Therefore, the words rasa kutila are used here. Kutila means crooked.
Jatira and Kutira.
Right. They will quarrel with Shyam over picking flowers. I know you are Suvrata. You are dedicated to the vow of delighting Shyam. When will you delight me in engaging in such false and crooked quarrels? Surata means a girl who is dedicated to the cause of making the Lord of her life happy.
You see? Because he not become happy with straight. Praying is not happy. If you pray him, he is not happy. If you want to fight with him, he become happy. Somebody is ready to argue with me. No? Somebody is more close. Inside too much to give, but outside why you want to? This is, you are not a boss. Why are you picking the flower? It's I'm a gardener. How you dare to come and pick here? No meaning. They want to do, but they want to make the garden to give to Radha and Krishna, but they are fighting. They are picking flower for the making garnet for it. But who is there? He said, this is good. This is the way to talk. Relate with him. No? I pick the flower for what? For Radha and Krishna, to make the garnet and to decorate the puja. And fighting when he is picking the flower, he controls that he is stopping. He knows why this gopis come to pick the flower. This is the sweetness. This sweetness who will understand without rasic association?
So Mahaprabhu stopped in Kusumanjali, you know. So Mahaprabhu is like a coming Braja, and he likes to stop Kusumanjali because this speaking pastime is very much prevalent in that place. And if we go and hear the pastime, we could remember, especially before going to Radha Kunda. We are going to Radha Kunda, so some picking pastime is always, especially this time, morning time.
Very important. This is not happening. It happens now. It's not that it happens 5,000 years back. Now empty.
No.
It happens now.
Yes.
Every day at 12, 11, they go to Radha to take bath. Every morning there's some new pastime. New Leela is happening. Every day. It's a Nitya Leela. It's not happening Leela. It's Nitya Leela. That is a living, alive. Non-living thing cannot see living thing. And our material body is non-living. So we cannot relish this because we don't want to be in living identification.
If we have material consciousness and attached to this body.
Yeah, so we think 5,000 years. Living can see. And non-living cannot see. Living, he can talk, we can understand. You ask question, if you come to living consciousness, answer will come. And non-living thing, how he will understand? How glass will understand my feelings? When glass cannot understand, how I expect my non-living thing to understand his feeling? Practical. Sri Radhe.
That is the best vow. There is no greater vow than that in the whole world. Prema means thinking, how can I make him happy? And the Braja Sundaris are in the highest class of lovers.
Highest class. They are Nitya Siddhas. Not sadhan siddhas. They are Nitya Siddhas. Gopis are Nitya Siddhas. They understand Amro's naughty behavior should behave. Then he is like that. So they are so lucky to fulfill all the desire of his lover. That makes beauty. Not as a god, as a lover, as a mother to the son. That is the meaning. Mother and son, they have also amorous pastime. Mother and the son also amorous pastime. Why not baby go to other motherly body and open the breast? Only she goes to mother place and open the breast. They are amorous. Loving action.
Yes, loving exchange. Yes.
And not only baby is satisfied, mother also feels satisfied to feed her breast. Psychologists say that they also, by feeding the breast, they have a sexual satisfaction. Who see the sexual thing. They also mental satisfaction.
Yes, sure. That's sure. Mental satisfaction.
Yeah. So amorous pastime is happening. So without becoming mother, the girl is girls, never become that feeling of that. They have no meaning of the motherly feelings, she cannot grow in. Right or not? Girl's nature will not go. Motherly feeling cannot grow inside. You give example to some girl, this is motherly feeling, but they have no idea.
It's not possible in theory.
No theory. So love cannot be possible in theory. That I want to say. Love cannot be possible in theory without realization. Theory is theory. That block ourselves. And the feeling and love is not we can think in theories. We have to do for that. Practical. And only listening and no practice, no meaning, theory. No understanding clear. Right?
Yes.
So Vrindavan is important for this. Why there is no theory talking? They are doing practical and you got the association of the practical person and that bring you realization. This give you to see and feel it. This is natural here. And in the Western world, this is not to find. You cannot find it. It's unnatural if they do that. Go on.
So the Vraja Sundaris are in the highest class of lovers that are endowed with Mahabhava, which is the quintessence of Prema. Premera Paramasara Mahabhava Jani. Chaitanya Charitamrita. The minds and senses of those who are...
Only two things here. mind and your senses. Your greed. Greed is for senses or for him. Senses, why? So sense is important, your greed is important. Two types of greed. Sense greed and spiritual greed. When sense greed comes, senses are greedy, then nothing you do. And when spiritual greed comes, you nothing do. Even senses want to do something, you don't see. No interest. It's a greed. That goes through greed. And mind starts flowing in that greed. It's a servant. Mind is a servant. When you leave it independent, then he becomes boss. He is also servant of senses. When the sense will free, then mind will work to fulfill that business. Watch.
Mind is also crooked.
Where you put it on, where you put your Radhe Radhe. आज तो बल्ले बल्ले है भाई. सुबह सुबह हमने आपका खाया. अरे क्या कहना है?
बढ़िया था ना वो.
अरे क्या कहना है?
इसके अंदर बटर और कॉफी साथ हो.
मधुकर मोहन
The minds and senses of those who are endowed with Mahabhav are saturated with Mahabhav.
You see, this mind and senses is doubting to Mahabhav because they want to enjoy themselves, so they are involved with the senses. Saturated means forget God.
No.
What is that?
It means that who are endowed means who are enchanted by Mahabhav. They become fully full of Mahabhav and saturated.
And who don't do this, they go out in the senses. Balle balle hai, kitni chaal hai.
हाँ. Varamrita Swarupa Shri Swam Swarupam Manonayet. Mahabhava consists of greatest nectar, and it helps the mind to return to its constitutional position.
Sarup. Constitutional position means Sarup. And if you see this constitutional position, Prabhupada many times writes. Read Bhagavad Gita. Find constitutional position computer. Click computer. How many he use constitution? In Bhagavad Gita.
In Bhagavad Gita.
And where he used. Then you will understand how many times he talked about Sarup. He don't want to say to the foolish who has not knowledge of ABC to Z. That is only his mercy. And still after 30 years they don't know constitutional position. My constitutional position is what and what I have to do it.
This is very much wonderful thing.
And this is to practice. How to be reached there and how to be there. That is the goal, how to reach there and how to be there. Radhe Radhe. और क्या खबर है बेटा?
सब आनंद है।
दाढ़ी बनाओ आज भाई साहब।
सेवा रस।
आज दाढ़ी बनाना होगा।
हाँ?
दाढ़ी सेव करना होगा। ठाकुर
I'll
को-
try.
हाँ।
How do you put it?
हाँ?
How to be reached there and how to stay there.
That is our way. And if I go back out from this again, come back, that is our goal of practice. This is the prayojan of the life. How to reach there, which condition we are there, and how to live there, and if any mistake happens, how to come back again. This is our prayer. Who will do prem? Prem prayojan. How I will do prem without that? My constitutional position. Why Jesus to Father? He see Father because of his constitutional position. I am so foolish that we don't want to do that way in my constitutional position.
Very foolish.
He can do because of his constitutional position. That he is the son of his father. Is a constitutional position or not? This identification of son is his constitutional position. Sorry, I'm a very Christian man. Jesus follower. But simple to know.
Yes, yes.
Underline this. This is the most important thing.
So Mahabhava consists of the greatest nectar and helps the mind to return to its constitutional position.
This is amazing.
My God. Amazing.
Amazing. This is.
Again, all life. Give this.
Wow, this is amazing.
Beautiful.
Give it Radha Raj.
See. So I read the paragraph. Suvrata means a girl who is dedicated to the cause of making the Lord of her life happy. That is the best vow. There is no greater vow than that in the whole world.
Yes, whole world. No any philosophy. And no any Mahatma Siddha Purush can talk about that. Mahabhav. Mahabhav. Swamini, Radhe, Priya, highest position of that.
Prema means thinking, how can I make him, Krishna, happy? And the Braja Sundaris are in the highest class of lovers that are endowed with Mahabhav, which is the quintessence of Prema. Premera Parama Sara Mahabhava Jani. Chaitanya Charitamrita. The minds and senses of those who are endowed with Mahabhav are saturated with Mahabhav. Mahabhav consists of the greatest nectar and helps the mind to return to its constitutional position. Srila Vishnavat.
Krishna cannot do to come in a constitutional position. My God. Surprising. He will bring to the soul only, because he identifies super soul with the soul. But position, constitutional position, your form he cannot give. He can give you material plastic form, but he cannot organize this. Because if he organize, then how we will love him? How we will do for him? Because then he gives to the hand of Radhika, that's full of love, she will prepare to do that devotion. My God. So he not taking his responsibility, this responsibility of her. Then it's relishing, he relishes.
This is very much essence of
Deep, deep.
very deep.
Because you are my Priya dear, you are my lover's creation, so I have to love you. You are Priya, part of the Priya. You are expansion of Priya. You are Dasi of Priya, also expansion of her. If you are friend, you also your expansion of her. This is her feeling come to you. That expansion, it coming from her. This is the great mother of Mahabharata. And by her mercy, when we come to the point, then feelings start.
Then
Feelings
start.
If not, then we are glass. No feeling. We not want to relate with the feelings. Because we are not related to Mahabharata. So our feelings will come. Only envy will come, fighting will come, different items will come.
Only Krishna Bhakta cannot have feeling, no feeling.
This means that the minds of the girls who have Mahabhav are entirely consisting of Mahabhav.
Entire concept. My same nature.
So Mahabhav helps the mind to regain its constitutional position. This means that the minds of the girls who have Mahabhav are entirely consisting of Mahabhav. The mind has no more separate existence from Mahabhav.
That is the constitutional position.
the senses act according to the mind's direction. And in this way, the senses of the Vraja Sundaris also consist of Mahabhav.
Senses also acting in Mahabhav.
Not only acting, they consist of Mahabhav. They're fully made of Mahabhav.
Yeah, Radharani says, huh?
Made by Mahabhav.
Yes, yes.
Senses are Mahabhav. So pure.
Amazing.
No material base. But underline
Beautiful.
without constitutional
Position.
is not relishable. We cannot understand honestly. That is a theory on right?
Yes.
Right?
This is really amazing.
All the Braja Sundaris have Mahabhav, but Sri Radha is Mahabhava Swarupini herself. She consists of nothing but Mahabhav, from the tips of her toenails up to the top of her head. It is certain that Krishna is greatly delighted and controlled by each of her physical and sensual acts. Hence, no one in the world is more worthy of the name Suvrata than her. In his Tavamala, Rupa Goswami has nicely described how Sri Radhika picks flowers in the forest. Indeed, his descriptions of this pastime are unrivaled in the kingdom of sweet rasa. In the morning time, Sri Radhika feels morose, sad. She doesn't feel like performing her household duties, and her mind is restless. So she goes out into the forest on the pretext of getting water for her ritual worship, eager to see lotus-eyed Krishna. Rupa Manjari secretly follows her to the bank of the Yamuna. Srimati walks very far until she catches Shyama Sundara's bodily fragrance, and thinking that he is in the forest, she proceeds toward him like a thirsty lady bee. When she sees Krishna standing there, dressed like a forester, she starts picking flowers just to catch his attention. Shyama notices her and says, "Who is that girl destroying the beauty of the forest by picking all the flowers here? How beautiful you are." Shri Radhika, seeing Krishna with his forehead beautified by Gorachana pigments, she frowns her eyebrows. Radhika, who is called Bhamini, or powerful girl here, pulls at her blue garment and thus hides her limbs. How wonderful are her movements. She takes some distance from Shyam and hides herself between the huge jasmine creepers on the bank of the Yamuna. Shyama follows her as if he is bewitched by some mantra and says, "You are always coming here to pick flowers, and then, after cruelly breaking all the tender sprouts and destroying the beauty of the forest, you hide yourself. Who are you?" Srimati replies, Hearing this, Vinodini Radha anoints her smirky smile with the paste of false anger and says, "Listen, O Kala, black boy, how painful it is to see your behavior. It is like a great fire that burns us. We are dedicated girls, and our minds are always devoted to worshipping the sun god. We always come here to pick flowers, and we never heard such rude words before. Why do you speak such words today? That is not proper of you." Rasa Raja says, "This is the doing of the bold King Cupid. Aren't you afraid of him?" "I understand that you have stolen many flowers and sprouts today, O golden flower thief. Now I caught you. How will you be able to go home now?" "Oh, hey, is this your doing? Aren't you married girls afraid and ashamed to come to this forest every day, stealing leaves and flowers, breaking the straw? Oh, golden complexioned flower thieves, how will you escape now that I caught you? You won't be able to run away. Rasa Sudhakara stays in hiding and witnesses Radha and Krishna's pastimes. Tender Swamini says, in a false, harsh mood, Bhina or Taktya Bhav, Tyakta Bhav. I know you are a rogue. We are worshipping the sun god. This forest is only for women. Men are not allowed here. Until now, no one has ever forbidden us to come here. Who are you? Didn't you learn any manners? Whose forest is this anyway? Shyam says, this forest belongs to King Cupid, who has entrusted it into my care. This king is very cruel, and it was very unfair of you to steal his flowers. Swamini says, there is no King Cupid here. You are that rogue yourself. Who in Vraja does not know your pranks? In this way, their sweet quarrel goes on. But by quarreling with him in this way, Swamini became known as Suvrata, a girl who is always dedicated to Krishna's pleasure. Shyam feels boundless bliss when he tastes the sweetness of this quarrel. When I see Radha's face and eyes in this mood, I feel 1,000,000 times more happy than when I unite with her. Finally, she enters the kunja with her prananath and relishes all kinds of sweet pastimes with him there. When the vision disappears, Shri Raghunath anxiously prays as follows. O dedicated Radhe, O sweetly speaking girl, O Empress of Vraja, you play blissful Rasika pastimes with the Lord of your life, and your crooked, playful, clever and Rasik girlfriends. During these funny and nectarian pastimes that are played on the crooked pretext of picking flowers, Vamshidhari Krishna says, who is picking flowers in this kunja, stealing them from me? I have seen hundreds of thousands of women. I cannot even count them, and they are all equal in form and qualities. But amongst them, you, oh Hemangini, golden-limbed Radhe, You are the crown jewel. That is clear to me because you are not afraid. This Kunja abode belongs to King Cupid, and I am simply the Kunja's guardian. How dare you break off all these freshly sprouting branches? I think it is completely crazy. On the order of King Cupid, I will teach you a lesson in a lonely cave, just as I wanted. Oh, listen, O woman of Raj. I will loot everything from your limbs. Hearing these clever words, Princess Radha replied. Outwardly she showed anger, but inwardly she was decorated with 20 ornaments of topmost ecstatic love from seeing him. O Shirade, Vrajabala, Gopi, seeing this intimate pastime, my mind becomes filled with joy. Vilapa Kusumanjali is a collection of nectarian prayers that is the jewel of Dasa Goswami's bhajan.
Yeah. Life you can
Yes. Always fresh.
and Radha Rasuda, who has no much knowledge about Radhika, and who has no knowledge about love, Prem Bhakti.
No love, Bhakti Chandra.
No knowledge about Radhika. You want to be knowledge of Radhika, but you don't know how to be in service all the time. Constitutional position. This is the